Let's talk about the power of leverage. Leverage is using borrowed money to make more money over time. And if you've ever heard the phrase, you have to have money to make money, this is why. Let's look at two scenarios. Scenario one, I buy a $500,000 house cash versus I buy five $500,000 homes with a mortgage on them and a $100,000 down payment on each. In both these scenarios, I'm coming with the same amount of cash, $500,000. In scenario one, I get one house. In scenario two, I get five houses. All right, first, let's look at appreciation. A $500,000 house that appreciates at 5% a year is going to appreciate $25,000 a year. In scenario two, the five $500,000 houses are going to appreciate $125,000 a year. Now, let's look at cash flow. In scenario one, I can rent out the first house for about $4,000 and all of that is cash coming to me, less taxes. In scenario two, I can rent out five houses for about $20,000 a month, and with a $3,000 mortgage on each one of those, I would cash flow about $1,000 per property or $5,000 in total cash flow. So in scenario one, I have $4,000 in cash flow, and scenario two, I have $5,000 in cash flow. And if you think those numbers aren't possible, I had a duplex down the street from my house that was purchased for $530 and rents out for $2,300 a side, equaling $4,600 in rent. And lastly, depreciation. For every investment property I own, I get a tax write-off. That tax write-off is the cost of the structure divided by 27.5. So in scenario one, if I have a tax write-off over the next 27 and a half years, that's about $15,000 if the cost of the structure is about $400,000. In scenario two, that's $72,000 in tax write-offs a year. So looking at these numbers, a lot of people ask me, is buying cash or getting a bank loan more important? Now, most of this depends on a case-by-case basis and how you feel most comfortable. However, leverage is how people become and stay wealthy. And that's the power of leverage. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any more questions, or feel free to share this video if you found the content helpful. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.